Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. We have a let me just find a clock so I know how long I'm running for. Should have done this before, right? Probably. But I didn't. Never mind, I've got it now. So we've obviously done a little bit of building. This is by the new steel for LDS. This one here I think is completely built out, not named correctly and not with train and not with rail connections. But I have found a number of things. One, so 5 of these should be enough for our 8,000 per minute. 2 represents 40%. There's the RCUs, right? 2 is 40%. We're trying to have 4 of our 9 setups here run, and yeah, with kind of mixed results actually, but yeah, 4 of 9, which is 44%. So 2 RCUs is not enough. So I've actually finished building out this one. We need to hook it up and get trains sent in there. I don't know if we're currently providing enough, but we do need to do that. That might help with getting the plastic moving around faster, I'm not sure. 2 fuel, if this actually counts as a full fuel, should be enough, but we might have to rework it, I'm not entirely sure. Also, so this is 2 of 4, but we're really only 1 and a bit, and 1 and a bit's not enough, so we do need to do this. But the other thing that we've got going on is I actually had fuel crises coming into the RCU with the copper supply, and so the fuel that I stopped here is kind of crying out to be continued all the way up here and here to capture those. And I was thinking, if I'm going to look at fuel, we may as well, this is the fuel here, we may as well bring it down so that it hits these new steel, and over here so that it hits this part of the steel as well, because they were missing out. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find a way to get it to come all the way over here and supply these, but that would be very handy if I could. We won't be looking at that today. What I think we will do today is, these haven't had fuel yet, and in fact they don't have power yet either, and you don't need that. So what I'm going to do is swap over to the fast legs as a first step, and we have power up here. I think running up there is probably my best bet. And it's a lot easier to do it when I'm not flying that plane that doesn't slow down and stop when I need it to. So yeah, we'll just run it up like this. And how are we doing for power now? 940 of these good babies. The solar panels. Actually 940,000 of them. We have connected, and look at this, we connected perfectly. It's like it always was like that. So well done us. It does mean that we have now joined the 2 networks, which is now a giant network. We have bots running backwards and forwards. Hopefully that means they're going to use up this supply and this supply. It does look a bit like that, which is excellent. It does mean that this train is not going to be going anywhere for quite a while. Still has inventory on it, but also now that the networks are combined, we have 29,000, and it won't go anywhere until it's down to 16,000. So that's probably a good thing anyway. And we're fine. Well, the first one was quite funny. It actually built the top part, and these guys built the bottom, and then they kind of met in the middle. So that was very pleasant, and yeah, I would expect these guys to be the most effective at getting this done, but we shall see. Is it just panels they have, or do they also have the accumulators? I'm not sure. Anyway, we don't need to watch that. They're building fairly quickly. 941,000. We'll hit 1 million. Maybe not on the completion here, but maybe if we... No, I don't think that would be enough either. We'll have to be on the next column up before we hit 1 million, but we'll certainly get to 1 million. Anyway, so what we're going to do, now that we've got power, is instead of running off and manually fueling these, I'm going to run a line from over here, but to do that I obviously need some rail, so we need to go back to the starter base once again, and the low UPS is probably a function of lots of things being built. Construction robots, maybe we have delivered finally. What have I got ordered? Nothing. Good. Just back up there for a sec. Maybe we've finally delivered some... no, it doesn't look like it, because I changed it to 140,000 if you remember. No, it must have delivered some, so... yeah, they're actually missing some of the normal science. It's become a bit scarce. So these two are operating just fine, but the normal science is not. And surprise, surprise, it's at yellow science. Well, yellow science has had issues with fueling as well, so yeah, we need to, we can't just keep putting off the whole fueling issue. There you go, just sitting here waiting on this one, which it seems to be doing quite a lot. We did have an issue with the fuel for the copper that came in to feed these circuits across here, so that was something, but we obviously have copper there now, so it's not a thing right now. We probably need to connect up the other iron there as well. Anyway, let us first of all, let's just grab up this lot, which was our supply of stuff. Not that I need most of that. We are going to need signals, so let's get them up to 100, because it is always good not to run out of those things. And we need those, and we've already got 50 of those anyway, but that's good. Now, I would like to see what I actually use at these fuel stops. We have passive providers, and we have requesters, and we have roboports, so let's just make sure that we have enough roboports, and these guys, and of course, oh, actually we're probably not using stack inserters. Well, we use them to unload, but these are only, these guys don't even have, what went on there? We must have run out. Okay, That's not good. I'll have to add in those. Maybe we haven't even turned this one on, to be perfectly honest, because it is destined for this area, and as you can see, that's not connected, so we're probably okay, even though we didn't finish that off. Okay, let's fill the rest with rail. Now we're getting a lot of stone in this network. I think it actually got up to 39,000. So yeah, we're not going to need to drill out any more stone from that mine, that little mine that we started at the beginning. This 28 million now. We did empty out some, like a little bit of it, and you can see these have retreated a little bit, but yeah, it's nothing in comparison to what we've done to this one. It's still over 100 million, but shrunk. The copper that was here, that's gone altogether. Up here we've done nothing. We have actually done quite a number on this coal. We may well have to, well, we probably will have to move it up to this one, but we're not quite ready to just yet. That one can carry on for a bit longer. And this copper is, well, I mean, it's got plenty of life really for the little starter base. How are we going? 3,000. Almost done. Actually, I might just get stations up to 10 as well, because that's handy, not having to build those. I don't know if I need steel chests, but since we already have some, let's just have a full supply, and that should do us for now. I want to get the fuel done, because manually refueling trains over and over is very tedious. So we need to extend from there, but the first one I am going to tackle is actually I'm going to fix this one up, even though we're not needing all this extra copper just yet, and still won't for a little while. You are missing power, huh? Okay. Miss it some less. Alright, that sorts out that one. Now, the new station is actually very much like this one, but in reverse. So I guess what we'll do is, what's that? That doesn't look useful anymore. Do something like that. Oh, that's right. The station itself is going to be in the way. We can probably replace the station where we want it. Or I could do that. And that will probably work. I might have to get out of this stupid plane for a moment. Get an Vinny zoom happening. Something like this, but we can't. Oh, we don't. That's right. We don't have bots, so we don't have to worry about the networks. That's excellent. All right. Come on, bot time. has this train stop ended up? No. That's the one thing that happens. Train stops, signals, that kind of thing do not take to reflection very well. Also, we probably don't need these ones, which were for the train itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might actually move it back slightly. Let's worry about that in a bit. Let's get this sorted out first of all. So interesting. This one doesn't matter where it goes to, but this one probably needs to be straight for a bit there, which would mean no. Why would I want that, game? The other thing is I need to be a little bit cognizant of getting a line up here as well. I think I'm not even going to try and cross here. I could cross here, although that does extend out the bots quite a way. Maybe it's not such a big deal to come in, go up here. I have filled these up fairly recently, so they're not imminent in terms of running out, but all the same. That actually worked better than I was thinking it was going to. Let's do it like this instead. No. And let's get rid of some trees. We know they're never up to any good. So signals. Right, you're coming this way, so you need to be that, and the inputs need to be chain signals. Down here, you can be one of those, and you guys can be boom boom. Coming up here. Wait a minute, does this work? We're coming down. No, it does not work. The whole problem with mirroring. Let's flick it back so that it's how it should be. So the train stop needs to be up here somewhere. We're going to need to get the train to it. And we need some signals here. Okay, you're going that way, you're going that way, you're going that way, you are heading up there. Okay, let's jump on board. Manual drive. Kind of slow acceleration, but it will get up to fast enough, and this is completely full, so it's not like it is a problem. Oh, before I let the train unload into these, I need to... Oh, they have. Good. Make sure that they are like that. Okay, that's not going to work. So, back up a little bit. What we'll do is we will go up there. Now have a look at the map. This here is a problem, as is that one there. We'd fix it by going slightly higher. How does that look? By going slightly high, that looks fine. By going slightly higher or changing what we were doing. There we go. So, you go over there. Done. Now, what do we call these stops? Oh, we haven't even named these properly yet. Steel, is it 5? Or do we already have a steel? I guess we can have a look. Steel 5. Oh no, it's the... Oh, we can call them whatever we like, I suppose. Do we want to call them big iron? Maybe. B iron 10 load, and this one can be B iron 11 load. And this can be big iron 10 refuel, and this train can add probably a west refuel at this point, until inventory full or 120 seconds passed. And then a B iron, B iron 10 refuel until inactivity. Is it 5 seconds? Yeah. So that deals with that stop. Sort of. Speed again, thanks. And in here, we now need requester chests. And these can request the usual 4, just 4 because that's a max cargo size under vanilla. And the really good thing about this is that we are hitting 2 big trains with the same infrastructure. So we've got those ones. We need some robo ports to cover all of this. And I don't need to be shy with my placement. Oh. Need something like this. There we go. Now, more roboport. No, not roboports. Requesters. Okay. We need a very small number of bots for this. They're all one connected network, aren't they? Are you seriously out of range there, buddy? Not anymore. Good. And no, you're not in power. Fixed. And up here should just be a cause. There we go. And yeah, bots is all that we forgot to bring. Where's our plane? Over there. We have bots up here. Because we're going to replace the bots network soon enough. So robbing that for 10 or 20 bots, maybe 20, shouldn't really be a big deal. Why are you picking up that stuff? Oh. Here we go. Done. And finally, final touch, 20 bots in there, and this train thankfully will not need our services to refuel. With a bit of luck they'll come down here shortly. Did we? No, we did not. So you need to pick up fuel in the amount of 4. Probably ended up getting more than that initially, but that's fine. So yes, we have a little network here that will look after itself. Now, we've got tons of rail left. I want to do one over here as well. I guess that is quite a long way for the bots to fly. So maybe it is worth coming through. Okay then. Putting that down immediately gives us about 4 UPS back, 5, 6. I guess this isn't exactly a high capacity line. Interesting. So we'll have to cut through up here somewhere. Let's see. Prune the trees. We could do that. That's actually not too terrible. As long as one can get through as well. I'll fly back over all of this area so that the plane is able to help me with the laying down part. Right, it's not behaving anymore. Let's do that. 4512. That's sounding reasonable for. What are we up to? 108,000, and short on RCUs again. Yes, so RCUs definitely need this one brought online. How's this going? 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this one is just waiting on the science train. Science train is stuck at yellow science. Yeah. Come on, we don't want the silliness. Alright, that will have to do. Now what I want is probably something that goes like that. And this is slightly messy, but we'll cope. Where's the plane? It's over there. Maybe we go back to West Refuel at this point. West Refuel. Give us a coffee. And jump on board the plane. Halt. Bot time. Okay, so this path should be like that. Don't put it up here, that's not what I meant you to do. There is only one train, so we're really just putting those signals in to make sure the train won't just stop while it's being silly. And I'm pretty sure one fuel train will actually be sufficient. Because don't forget, if these fuel stops do run out of fuel, the train is coming to top them up, and the train that's getting fueled up is basically full. So it's got a full load of fuel before it starts losing any. So that's that. Still at about 1900 of our rail. Let's get this sorted. You are heading out. You're heading... oh, I don't know which way you're heading actually. You're heading in. And this one goes here. So, you are wrapping round, and so the closest to me are heading down. This one's heading down. And that one's heading down, and these ones are heading away. Which means that that one's going there, that one's going there, that one is going up, up, this one is going up. And we can get one just there, so we will. That should handle the signals. Now, it's kind of handy this train is here. I might just tell it to stop so that we can locate reasonable places for these items. Sorry about that. Doesn't matter too much exactly where it intersects with the... oh, and we're out. Exactly where it intersects with the train. Guys, I think what I'm going to do is just call this one at 40 minutes. Or whatever it is exactly, 40 something, rather than have a super long one. But basically I'm just going to fill out this station same as the other one, and then get back to getting this set up, or these also, and getting back to setting this up. So I mean, there's plenty of things to keep us occupied with. Why are you just going backwards and forwards? Oh, because you haven't been turned off, right. Let's go and sort that out. These stops are not supposed to just be go backwards and forwards stops. These stops are supposed to good. I do have some wire. What is the condition exactly? Rocket fuel less than 100, okay. Enable, disable, rocket fuel less than 100. Stop coming back. Good. Now, so yeah, that's the complete thing, and I'll do the rest here as well. Thanks for joining me for this, guys. Are we doing decent science yet? No, we're still just doing 3. Okay. Hopefully we'll get these things working just a little bit smoother and get up to the 4 ninths of our science, which should be about 3.6, 3.7 thousand packs per minute. Yeah, we just need another. Yellow science seems to be the hold up when it's regular science constantly. What's holding you up? 28. Oh, that's a first. I've never actually seen you out of sulfuric acid before. It's on its way. We might not have enough supply of sulfuric acid. Where is that exactly? Here. It's got to get to here, so it's almost there. We just see, so that's empty. These don't have a lot in them. Because this is just running one. This same stop is supposed to be able to supply it all the way over to here as well. Back one's almost gone. You go all the way up to here. How full are these? They're not full at all. Because you're relying on sulfuric acid making it the full length down here and into these, and it just isn't. So instead of instant filling, you've got 16k and that's it. Battery train doesn't need to move. 17k, that's going to take forever. I think we're going to have to step up the supply here of sulfuric acid. We might need to increase this by 1. There's no shortage of supply. Alright, well that's a problem for another time. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye for now.